Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. This is a little bit of a live stream we did where somebody asked the question, what is a character-defining moment in comic books? And so we each had a different answer. And I think that was a really cool question. It had some really cool discussions with it. Obviously, you know my answer, but I'll explain why in the live stream. So anyway, here you go. I hope you enjoyed as much as we enjoyed making it. Okay, Alexis, thank you very much, sir. Asking best moment in comic book that defines a character for the rest of their history. Best moment in comic book that defined a character for the rest of their history.
Death of Elektra and Daredevil.
Think that defined Elektra or Daredevil? Or
Daredevil. It defined his reaction to it going after it just changed. Well, it changed the character, but it changed Matt Murdock forever too. And yeah, at least for me, that was also a defining moment for me reading comics. So, but I think that's a character defining moment.
That is something I'm trying to think. Like, what is the one moment? Okay, I've got it. I got one. Green Arrow, killing a guy trying to save Black Canary and the Longbow Hunters.
Oh, that's
good. After that moment, Green Arrow was never a golden age, silver age kind of jokey boxing glove guy ever again.
Dude, thank you for bringing Longbow Hunters up. That is the Dark Knight Returns. It came out like right afterwards. There was oh god, I love that.
Oh, there was a series of them after Dark Knight Returns. You got Hawkworld for Hawkman, which by the way, who was that? Jim? I want to say Sales, but I know it wasn't. I'm thinking Tim Sales. Who was? Gosh, who did that? I can't look it up because I'll shut my computer down. But
I'll look it up.
Yeah, but holy crap, Hawkworld! We got the reboot of Wonder Woman. We had the Longbow Hunters. It was such a great time, and Longbow Hunters is an excellent Green Arrow story. So yeah, I would say at that moment, that comic book moment for Green Arrow changed the character forever. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't successful, he would have gone back to boxing glove arrows, but thankfully it was, and boom, we got a new character out of it.
I have one.
Okay.
This should come as no surprise for as many times that I've talked about this event. The annihilation of the Nova Corps for Richard Rider in Annihilation. He wakes up on a mountain of corpses, and everything that he knew about, being a Nova, being a hero, just got thrown out the window.
And you think you feel the ramifications today?
Yes, because he was thrust into a war. He's no longer the smiling, happy kid that was in the New Warriors. Now it's, you kill or be killed, no mercy, no holding back. It's fight or die time. And that, I think that change has stayed with the character to this day. I mean, look at how he was in the Darkhawk Infinity Countdown series. He wasn't taking it easy on those Darkhawks, not at all. He was taking it easy on his brother because he wanted to save him, but everybody else, no, he was blasting through them.
Okay,
this is
Man of Action. Yes,
this changed him from the Nova that was on the New Warriors to the Nova that ripped out Annihilation's throat.
Okay.
Man of Action Longbow Hunters was a miniseries in the mid '80s, and it came out right after Dark Knight Returns, as Englentine was saying.
That was Grell.
That was Grell, and it was Tim Truman for
that's it for
Hawkworld, and DC started doing a bunch of that stuff, and it was right around when Watchmen came out. It was a great time for comics.
It really was.
Goddamn it was.
For my answer, I'm not sure it's a defining moment so much as it is an exemplifying moment, but it's when Doctor Strange is forced to kill the Ancient One and take his place as Sorcerer Supreme to prevent the interdimensional invasion of Shimmer-Gorath. Because it's a sign of one of the things I think that modern Doctor Strange writers have forgotten. He is forced to choose often between whether or not the sun comes up tomorrow or whether this person dies. That's frequently the choice that he has to make. The choice of the continued existence of the goddamn universe, stroke multiverse, stroke reality, or misery and abject failure on a human scale.
Oh, hey, you know what's weird?
Deep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No, I just said deep. It was a one-word
Okay.
knockoff.
All right. We're talking about the these moments. I brought up, of course, Hawk World. I thought that was great for Hawkman, but you don't feel it now. That's why I thought Green Arrow is concerned. But I just realized I was trying to think of one for Batman. Like, what is a comic book moment that changed him that you feel the ramifications now? And the only thing I could think of is All Outside. It was the movies. It was the TV. Like during of course the 60s, he was camp. And it was both in the TV and the comics. And then when the movie came out, the 1989 movie, they made sure that it resembled the movie straight down to the costume. It was just Batman. I'm having a hard time thinking what is the moment that carried over all the way through till now for Batman.
And nothing's that stuck. There's year 2. That was a big deal. But that didn't stick. And of course, he got his back broken. That didn't stick. He doesn't really change.
Batman is always of the moment. Yeah. Like Superman, you can go the not even the death, but the wedding of Superman and Lois Lane changed the character forever. Because now he's a married man and now he's a father. Now he's, but the Batman is always a character of the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why
I argue with that. He needs this might be a bad example, but he needs
another one.
He needs, like, when James Bond in Her Majesty's Secret Service, when his wife gets shot, that changed that character forever. Is there some Son of the Demon? No, he didn't know about the baby. Yeah. I'd have to think about that one. I'm sure there's something, but
I have
what's your other one?
The Death of Barry Allen for Wally West.
Except
I'm back.
Yeah, he's there. I mean,
I mean, Barry Allen may be back, but the changes that his death invoked in Wally West, where he had to step up, he had.
You are correct. I think you're right. Yeah, you're right.
He changed because of that, and just because Barry Allen returned did not mean he reverted back.
I'm still kind of mad.
Yeah, he didn't go back to sidekick, kid. You're right about that. Yeah.
Death of Gwen, says Metalhead. Yes, the Death of Gwen Stacy. That's a good one.
That's pretty cool. That's a good question. That's a
great question, because I think you really got to go down the road of, like, lasting effect. That's the key part of that question, which is so hard in comics because we don't get those very often. So,
like everybody points out, at some point they reset. Or at some point they say, you know what, our comic books are doing so well, we should take this artist and writer team off and give it to Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, because he's coming.
It's sad that the most recent defining character moment for Doctor Strange I can think of is when they started to get it wrong, which is the moment he killed someone using dark magic and started to break his own rules. That's the most recent defining moment for him. And that was in, I want to say, the late 80s. It might have been the 90s. But that's where the downward spiral began, where he started to get increasingly shittier and kept to his rules increasingly less. So, like, that's sad that the most recent defining moment for him is a moment where basically the character gets so not just, like, power-wise nerfed, but also character and, like, philosophy and morality-wise nerfed.
Well, Marvel has nerfed that character time and time again, as you know, Dalton. It's a character they've never known what to do with. When DC can throw out Constantine and have a lot of success in the past with him, and Marvel has never had that kind of consistent success with Doctor Strange, and I don't know why.
But well, because Doctor Strange is not John Constantine.
No, but that's an example. I know the differences. Trust me, I know. I actually know the answer to the question. Is they've never respected the character enough to get them a good enough writer. They don't think he's sellable. You know, I've always saw Doctor Strange as like, well, not being on the Mount Rushmore of Marvel, but he's definitely in the top 10 for sure for characters. But he's never had like a really long solid run post Ditko.
Well, well, except for Steve Englehart, who is probably in my
decent, yeah, but I mean, you know, Doctor Strange should be on issue like 6. He should be right up there with the Marvel keys.
Well, yeah,
and he's not.
He should. The problem is, and Dr. Fate in DC had this exact same problem. They don't know how to write a character who isn't morally flawed in some way and also is powerful. You can get away with someone who, if they're not very powerful, but you can't get away with someone who knows what the fuck they're about, knows what they're doing, does it, and is also powerful on an existential scale, because they don't know how to create conflict except when it's quote unquote personal conflict.
Yep. It's got to be personal, or they got to depower the person.
Yeah, they for whatever reason can't conceive of the awesomeness that is one man with no physical augmentations whatsoever standing up against forces of nature and fucking existential voids and saying, no, this is the line you will not cross. I am the Sorcerer Supreme, and you will get the fuck in line. That is Doctor Strange to me. He is the answer to the Nietzschean riddle. The, you know, don't look too long into the abyss lest you become a monster yourself, or something to that effect. Doctor Strange is the guy who basically is in a constant staring contest with the abyss and needs to make it blink, otherwise the world itself goes up in flames.
Nice.
If you don't mind my going to the comment section for some suggestions here. Damonocracy suggests, what about Iceman being turned gay by Jean Grey?
That has stuck.
Yeah. Eric Breen brought up Spider-Man lifting the debris off of himself and ASM cementing his resolve as a hero.
Yes.
From then on in.
That's a good one.
Oops, I lost the track of it.
I hate it when it does that.
Yeah. Let's see. Then I lost it. Sorry, guys.
I'll keep looking. That's a really good one. That's on the Spider-Man one. Well said.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
Eric.
The ones we came up with were good. What are some bad ones?
Oh, hold on just a sec. Let me finish up. Yeah, Iceman being turned gay by Jean Grey. Gabe is agreeing with this. Longbow Hunters is a must-read. Agreed. Man of Action is talking about Aquaman, the Dan Abnett run, saying that he got hooked on it because of it. And it's a great freaking run. I was actually thinking about this. What is the turning point? Because Aquaman had a turning point, but not from any one specific happenstance or moment. But Peter David started writing him as a really good hero. And after a while, you just couldn't take him as 1970s, let me ride a pink dragon and talk to fish. I mean, he actually became a serious hero after Peter David had hold of him. So good on Peter.
If you like,
Peter's great. Peter David's
If you like Dan Abnett's Aquaman, read his Nova and Guardians of the Galaxy. They're really good.
And there you go, gang. That is some character-defining moments. And we had a good time. I love the fact that a question can just, you know, bring us to a whole bunch of different points and such like that. And how everybody would have a different answer. And, you know, it's just what we remember and such, I guess. Anyway, what did you think about it? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you have a character-defining moment, put that in the comments as well. Also, if you like the video, please click like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything if YouTube does their job and notifies you. Also, this is the way we're trying to make a living. Not only this, but there's another channel called Mad About the Mouse about theme parks and so forth. So please go check that out. Links in the description below. And speaking of links in the description below, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till, and helps keep making videos for you. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.